Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how online dating has changed relationships. So the first point that I want to talk about, or the first point that I want to address, is the exact definition of online dating. Just to make sure that everyone knows what it is, to make you understand better my presentation. So according to the Cambridge Dictionary, the exact definition of online dating is a way of starting a romantic relationship on the internet by giving information about yourself or replying to someone else's information. So the next thing that I wanted to address is some good things that online dating has brought to our society, like to our society in general. So through my research, I found out that online dating has started marriages. So according to New Sky, it found out that around 32% of relationships started between 2015 and 2018 started online, compared to only a 19% between 2005 and 2014. The next things that in this website was that by 2035, it says that the UK will reach the tipping point with more than 50% of relationships being online. So this is basically telling us that online dating has created such an impact worldwide, in which not only teenagers or young adults are creating profiles to start online dating, but I think it also uh, adults in general are creating those profiles too. So this is telling us that online dating has created such a big impact that it has made pretty much the majority of the population get to create a profile to start online dating. So this is kind of impressing. The next point that I want to talk about is that online dating has made dating easier, because this is pretty much simple, because conventional dating means that you have to get outside, meet someone, talk to them, like for a good time, for a good amount of time, in order to end up with a date. Meanwhile, when you create a dating profile and you find a match, the only thing that you have that both people have to do is decide what time and at what day they would like to have their date. So pretty much it's easier. And according to Express UK, taking your time with the perfect online dating profile will be easy to you into the dating scene by giving you this chance to think how you want to come across, more importantly, who are you looking for. So pretty much it's telling us that it will make the work easier, because you can check out that girl or that boy profile and find out if that the type of person you want to have a date with. And basically it's easier because you can just talk online and decide when you will have the date, instead of going around spending money without having a date, and then may not end with the date with a date. So I think that online dating has made the work easier, not only for men but also for girls. So this is good in fact, because we as people, we have busy lives, and some people may not have the time to get outside to meet new people and arrange a date. So this is actually good. So the next thing that I found out from my research is that what Americans think about online dating. So basically, Pew Research did like a type of survey to Americans to find out like if they think that online dating are having like a positive effect or a negative effect. So according to Pew Research, 50% of Americans believe that that their effect has been neither positive or negative. Meanwhile, 26% that say that online dating has had a mostly negative effect on dating and relationships, while the 22% describe its effect as a mostly positive. So this is kind of telling us that, like in general, um, online dating are having like a good effect on people's, um, which is kind of good because that's why they were built. Online dating has built to make dating easier. And I want to specifically talk about the word dating because in the next slide I will talk about how online dating are having like the opposite effect. You know, online dating. No, in this part of the presentation, it's pretty much like the negative effect of online dating because according to a Springer, despite the claims that Tinder, Ginder, and phone dating apps in general are creating an environment of non-stop hookups, it showed that the majority of the unpartnered heterosexual men and women in the United States, more than 80%, in fact, have not gone to any dates in the past 12 months. So this is basically telling us that in some part, online dating are not doing what they were supposed to do because as the word says dating, you go on a date, nor like a one night stand or like a hookup. And I think this is like a negative effects because you know that was not the reason why those sites were created for. So the next point is like my opinion on this topic. Based on what I have researched, I end up with my opinion that online dating is good. It's a good source for those people who are struggling to get a date in a conventional way. And I think that online dating are good, um, but I think that from my perspective, I think that dating apps are not the only option you got people have. It's a good option, but it shouldn't be the only option that people have to have a date. The next part of the presentation is the conclusion. Um, in conclusion, as everything in life, there's a good side and a bad side. But I think that in general, I ended up with the conclusion that online dating is a good option for some people, but we shouldn't depend only on online dating because the good thing about having a date is is to get to know someone, interact before you decide to go on a date with. So I think that it depends on the use we give to it because as I mentioned it before, pretty much online dating has created like a type of environment in which people are not dating exactly, they are just like hooking up, which now in part is not bad, but I mean that wasn't the reason why these apps or websites were created for. So I think that people should give like good use to it. And I also wanted to give like a type of recommendation about this specific topic, like in a movie. The movie is called Swipe in Netflix, which talk about how dating apps has changed completely during these times, in which it only consists on hooking ups and not dating. No, so it's a good movie, and I'll definitely recommend it if you guys want to see how online dating has changed relationship during these few years. Thank you so much for your attention, and these are my references. That is the end of the presentation. Thank you so much.